Welcome back, football fans. We have our week 2 matchups and predictions. Let me know what you thought about week 1 down in the comments. Did your team win? Did your team lose? Starting on Thursday, September 12th, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. This game's going to be a little interesting. The Dolphins' run game is already banged up. Raheem Mostert already declared out for this game. I don't know if Achan's going to play. If he does, I'm going to feel a little bit more confident to pick the Dolphins. It's just going to be interesting. If he doesn't play, I want to pick the Bills. If he does play, I want to pick the Dolphins. I think they have a really solid passing game that can get them over the hump against the Bills. I don't know if the Bills defense is going to be ready to play the likes of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I don't know if Josh Allen's going to be able to do another 4 touchdown game. If he does, early MVP award winner. Early MVP award winner. And trust me, it pains me to say that, but it's going to happen if he has another 4 touchdown game. I think I'm rocking with the Buffalo Bills. I think they're already the more healthy team. They have the X factor in Josh Allen. They have a solid run game where they can grind out the minutes off the clock. I mean, middle of the pack defense. Maybe they can get some stops. I don't know. I'm going the Buffalo Bills. Starting on Sunday, September 15th, we have the Raiders and the Ravens. This game's going to be a blowout. I'm thinking Ravens by at least 15. The Raiders just look like they don't have an identity on offense. They talked about all this, that, Raiders way. I thought the defense was going to be insane. I thought the offense was going to back them up. I feel like the offense didn't look absolutely terrible. When you look at the box score, they were getting passes done. They were moving the ball. They really couldn't get a run game going. They were getting the passing game going. They just couldn't finish in the red zone, I think. And I think that has to do with they could not establish a run game, which is super unfortunate. You know, Raiders teams love to establish the run. They have to get Zaire, is that his name? What is his name? Zeus. Zeus is his nickname. They have to get him back there. They have to get him going. Zamir. They have to get him going running the ball. Give me the Baltimore Ravens by probably 15. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Panthers. I'm not going to talk about this game long. The Panthers look absolutely abysmal. Bryce Young didn't get any better than what he was last year. They have no run game. The pass game isn't there. The defense isn't there. I don't know. This team is on a very sad pace. Tickets are like $1 right now. I don't know how this team's going to survive in the NFL. We have the Los Angeles Chargers, one of the teams in the league that seem to have established their identity early. They like to get out there. They like to use their running backs, run the ball, pass when they need to. The defense is there. Khalil Mack, Bosa, they're out there absolutely putting in work. They look like they have a little identity. They have an idea of how they want to look as a football team. I like that. Give me Chargers over Panthers. Next, we have the Saints and the Cowboys, our first fraud check game. Are the Saints frauds? Probably, most likely, absolutely. Are the Cowboys frauds? I think they have a little spark on defense. I think they have a little swagger on offense. I think the Saints are probably getting blown out by, I was going to say 15, but I'll say the Cowboys lead by a solid 2 touchdowns. Solid, solid 2 possessions. 2 touchdowns, maybe 3. I don't know. I feel like they're blowing the Saints out. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Cowboys are absolutely going out there and putting the work on the Saints. I just don't believe in the Saints yet. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Give me the Cowboys. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Now, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Lions seemed to struggle last week with the Rams. And I don't mean that lightly. The Rams are a solid football team, but they were missing a wide receiver. They were missing 4 linemen. They were missing a lot of pieces. And they went out there, they gave it to the Lions. Lions ended up grinding it out in the end. That's what kind of team the Lions are. They're going to go out there and they're going to grind it out. What did their head coach say? They're going to go out there and they're going to bite some kneecaps, something insane like that. The Bucs are one of those teams. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to go out there. They're going to take the chance plays. They're going to grind it out. I think Baker Mayfield's an amazing quarterback. I think they're finding their run game. I think their pass game, their receivers, absolutely insane receiver trio. McMillan, Godwin, and Evans, I think one of the most elite trios in the league, if I'm being completely honest. The defense is kind of there. It's kind of finding itself. It's not amazing, but I think it's enough for the Bucs to get an extra opportunity or two. We'll see. I'm I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this. I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Detroit Lions. Next, we have the Colts and the Packers. I think this is going to be a really good setup game. I think this is going to be really good to build confidence for Anthony Richardson. You're going against a team whose quarterback just went down. You're probably about to get a lot more opportunities on offense. Malik Willis is not that guy. He's going to turn the ball over 2 to 3 times. I think the Colts are going to be able to test some things out on offense, get A.D. Mitchell going, get Alec Pierce going. Is that his name? I just picked him up in fantasy because he had that 21-point game. I had to spend an absolute bag to get him. Let's see his name. Yeah, Alec Pierce. Get him going. Get just the whole receiver core run game. This is a game where you establish your offense. And I think the Colts are going to establish their offense this game. Give me the Colts. Next, we have the Browns and the Jags. The Browns looked absolutely abysmal last week. I don't know if it's because they were playing the Cowboys. I don't know if the Cowboys are just like that, if they were just tormenting the Browns, or if the Browns just started a little slow. The Jags, on the other hand, another team, I feel like they started good, they slowed down, and they couldn't pick it back up. I forget how much they were up on the Dolphins, but they just couldn't keep scoring. Dolphins storm back, win the game. This is going to be an interesting game. I would hate to be one of these teams and go down 0-2 in the division I'm playing in. Do I lean Browns? Do I lean Jags? I'm probably going to lean towards Jags. More healthy team, solid wide receiver core. Brian Thomas Jr. has arrived. You got a solid, insane run game in Etienne and Bigsby. Your quarterback is solid. Your defense is going to arrive. I feel like holding the Dolphins to 20, was it 20, is a pretty solid feat. You allowed you allowed an 80-yard boom play to Tyreek Hill. Every team doesn't have a Tyreek Hill. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next, we have the 49ers and the Vikings. This matchup, there's some potential here. I love Sam Darnold over on the Vikings. He's finally getting glory. He's finally got a receiver core. He finally has a run game. He's not getting tossed around. He's not going from second string to first string, from second string to first string. He is the true starter for this team. And he went out there and he showed it last week. He's here to ball out. All right, my audio cut out halfway through the explanation of 49ers and Vikings. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. On to the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. The Seattle Seahawks defense is looking absolutely amazing. Might I add, Legion of Boom-esque. Julian Love, Reek Woolen, all these guys flying across the field. You love to see it. Defense might be back in Seattle. If the offense can just hold on to the ball, create less turnovers, get the ball to DK Metcalf, please. I think Seattle might be in for a pretty solid season this year. They're taking on the New England Patriots. I think this is a gritty, grimy team. They're going to go out here. They're going to upset some guys this year. They have a solid run game. Jacoby Brissett, a seasoned veteran, and the defense is always on point. I am taking the Seattle Seahawks, but do not sleep on the New England Patriots. After that, we have the Jets and the Titans. I think the Jets are going to bounce back this week. I think they were just playing the 49ers on Monday Night Football. That's a pretty hard team to go out there and beat. First game back, Aaron Rodgers in a year, torn Achilles. Got to create chemistry with the team. You know he wanted to take that time off and not be at camp. No, I'm just playing. I think I think the Jets are going to be a solid playoff team. The Titans, on the other hand, they're okay on defense. Tony Pollard arrived. We love to see that. I think he's going to catch a second wind of his career. Love to see it. Round of applause. I think Will Levis is making rookie mistakes still. If he can go out there and figure out how to hold onto the ball and get it downfield, they will be a solid football team this year. Give me the Jets. Next, we have the Giants and the Commanders. I'm not going to harp on this one long. The Commanders look like they're heading in the right direction to find their identity as a football team. Jaden Daniels is looking like an absolute stud. Needs to get into the wide receivers a little bit more, run a little bit less. I think Brian Robinson's an amazing running back. I think Austin Eckler is a great piece for Jaden Daniels. Little check down guy, use him like that. I think the defense is going to get better as we go as well. Give me the Commanders. The Giants are an absolute a heap of trash. I don't know what to tell you. That team looks absolutely awful. Daniel Jones probably doesn't need to be a starting quarterback in this league. After that, we have the Rams and the Cardinals. The Rams looked nitty gritty. They lose Puka Nacua. Unfortunate. They're on fourth string linemen. I think the Cardinals are going to go out here and get a dub. I really hope Kyler Murray. By the way, the Rams defense, ranked 28th coming into the season, they were flying. They were playing for Matthew Stafford. They're like, we need to get this guy some help. Got him some turnovers. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done. They were exhausted and got absolutely their face kicked in overtime. And then the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, please get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball. What are you doing? I get it, bro. I get it. It's hard to see when you're this tall behind the O-line, but please just start getting him the ball. No, in all reality, I think the Cardinals have a great team. Get Kyler Murray going, and the sky is the limit. I think the Cardinals come out on top over the Rams. We have the Steelers and the Broncos. I think both of these teams are in really bad positions right now. I think the Broncos more of a rebuild. The Steelers don't know what's going on at quarterback. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to be able to pull another magic rabbit out of his hat this game with 6+ field goals. I just don't know. I think the Steelers are the better team because their defense. I think the Broncos have more upside. I really don't know. I think the Steelers come out on top on this one. We have the Bengals and the Chiefs. This is one of our prime matchups. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Other than that, I think the Chiefs absolutely clear. And honestly, Patrick Mahomes is levels above Joe Burrow as well. Chiefs have a better run game. Chiefs have a better pass game. Chiefs have a better defense. Chiefs have a way better O-line. That Bengals O-line is... I don't know what's wrong with the Bengals. I had Joe Burrow as an MVP candidate. T. Higgins will be missing probably another game this coming Sunday. I think Chiefs are coming out on top. Next, we have the Bears and the Texans. Sunday Night Football. What? I think the Bears are going to be okay. I just don't think they're on the Texans levels yet. I think Caleb Williams will look better this game. I think the run game will look better this game. I think a lot of aspects of the team will look better this game. But the Texans are firing on all cylinders. Running game, quarterback, wide receiver core, defense. This is looking like a Super Bowl contending team. It pains me to say it. I don't even hate the Texans. I hate the fans. They're annoying. They're entitled. I would love to see them never win a Super Bowl because of that, but it's going to hurt my heart because CJ Stroud is an amazing quarterback. Give me the Texans. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. We have the Bears. I almost said the Bears and the Texans again, Jesus. We have the Falcons and the Eagles. I think this is going to be a prime, amazing, beautiful matchup, and it better be for Kirk Cousins' sake. Kirk Cousins better go out there and rewrite what he did last week, because what we saw from Kirk Cousins last week was absolutely disgusting, sickening, and it would scare me as a fan. You went out, you go all in, you get your quarterback, boom. You get the defensive pieces you need, boom. And y'all put an absolute stinker on the field week 1. We might be seeing Michael Penix if that happens again against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are winning this one. I think they're the better football team, the more seasoned football team. They got the insane wide receiver core. They have Saquon Barkley. If Hurts can just hold the ball, the defense is hooping. If Hurts can just not turn the ball over and put points on the board, this should be an easy game for the Eagles. Thus, that ends our week 2 predictions. Y'all let me know your predictions. Did I get anything right? Did I get anything wrong? Did I do your team justice? Did I hate on them? Down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.